This week, in recruiting news, in Michigan, one of the top hoop stars continues to see the offers roll in. The University of Cincinnati just got a commitment from a celebrated in-state running back, and in Indiana, a Marion High School B-baller is headed west. That's just some of the stories we're covering this week on the State Champs Sports Network Scout Show. Welcome inside the State Champs Sports Network studios for another episode of the State Champs Scout Show. This is the program that covers recruiting in the state of Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio. 40 weeks a year. Why so many weeks? Because recruiting never stops, no matter what's going on. We got a lot of great stuff to get to this week, some really good information, some new commitments. Also, we will have former Michigan State quarterback Ryan Van Dyke along for another episode in our Recruiting 101 series designed to give you the do's and don'ts and things you need to know regarding the world of recruiting. So lots to get to. Let's get to it.
Checking in from Indiana, this is Scott Bernstein. Grand Canyon University might have gotten the steal of the 2021 boys basketball recruiting class in the Hoosier State when Marion senior gunner Jalen Blackman signed with the Antelopes last week. Make no mistake about it, Blackman is a blue-chip level talent whose recruiting only slowed last year because of a knee injury. But by all accounts, the 6'2", silky smooth Blackman is back, better than ever, healthy and ready to torch nets from Marion, Indiana to Maricopa County, Arizona for the foreseeable future. Blackman scores 30 in his sleep. He was averaging 29 points per game before his injury in 2020. The most naturally gifted bucket getter in the state's backcourt crop for the class of 21, he's the definition of a pure scorer and primetime performer, much like his dad and big brother before him. Moving on to the football field and some in-state recruiting buzz, Ben Davis, junior offensive lineman Keelan Davis, is excelling this fall and anchoring a BD Giants attack that is on the rampage in the playoffs. The agile and aggressive 6'5", 285-pound Davis is rumored to be leaning towards committing to IU in the very near future. This kid is a mauler and might be a future pro according to scouts' projections and the good old eye test. Purdue, Kentucky, and Cincinnati appear to be the other schools pushing the hardest for Davis's services at the next level. Ben Davis knocked off defending state champ Carmel in upset fashion last week in the regionals. From Indiana, this is Scott Bernstein.
I'm Lauren Plant. The State Champs Sports Network grows every year. For 15 years, we were a Michigan brand. We planted our flag in Indiana 2 years ago, and I'm proud to say Ohio makes this a high school sports trifecta with coverage from a minimum of 40 games a week across 2 shows. Extra Point is all high school football, highlights, feature stories, and more, premiering Mondays. The high school sports show drops Fridays, and that's the best highlights of all the other fall sports happening now. We cover it all, so follow, like, and subscribe to the State Champs Network and download the new streaming app so you never miss a minute. I'm Lauren Plant with Michigan Recruiting News. Considered to be one of the top players in the class of 2024, Southfield A&T quarterback Isaiah Marshall came into high school with 4 D1 offers from Kentucky, Maryland, and Florida Atlantic to go with the Michigan offer he famously received in 7th grade. Nobody thought any less of him after a stellar freshman campaign that saw him lead A&T to a 3-4 record in the very strong OAA Red. Just last week, he picked up a pair of Power 5 offers on the same day from Syracuse and Pitt, giving him a 5th and 6th offer. Without a doubt, Tommy McIntosh catches everything for DeWitt, including offers. The 6'4", 195-pound junior wideout and free safety is ranked a 3-star prospect by 24/7 Sports and has 11 offers. McIntosh picked up his first 2 offers from Central and Eastern in mid-July, then got 2 more MAC bids, Toledo and Buffalo, on the same day in late September. Since then, it's been an avalanche of offers with Western Michigan, Columbia, Kent State, Penn, Yale, and Princeton offering since October 11th. McIntosh and the Panthers are 9-0, won their 14th district championship in Coach Rob Zimmerman's 21 years and their 5th straight. They claimed the trophy with their third straight playoff shutout, beating Mason 43-0. Outside of 38 points given up in a 54-38 win over Grand Ledge in Week 2, the Panthers have allowed just 12 points total in their other 8 games. Harper Woods defensive back Jacob Oden has started to heat up in recruiting after a stellar freshman year. The 6-foot, 170-pound corner and free safety has 4 offers, all from Power 5 schools. The freshman picked up his 3rd offer from Syracuse on November 10th, then one from Pittsburgh 2 days later, as Cass Tech grad Archie Collins continues to hit the Motor City hard on the recruiting trail. Oden held offers from Kentucky and Maryland, both coming in January, before he ever suited up for the Pioneers. Harper Woods went just 2-5, but their 5 losses were to teams that went a combined 35-8. Grand Blank's Ty Rogers continues to pick up offers left and right, pushing his total to a dozen after Temple offered last week, and Vanderbilt did the same over the weekend. Prior to that, Rogers had offers from Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, Maryland, Florida State, Marquette, Rhode Island, Missouri, Syracuse, and Houston. Rogers averaged nearly 13 points and 9 rebounds to go along with 2.5 assists, almost 2 blocks, and a steal on a very balanced Grand Blanc team as a sophomore. Rivals list Rogers as a 4-star and a top 75 player nationally, while 24/7 Sports has him listed only behind the #1 player in the nation, Imani Bates, and his Ipsy Prep Academy teammate Dylan Hunter among Michigan recruits in the 2022 class. I'm Lauren Plant, and that's the latest from the state of Michigan.
Did you record an unbelievable touchdown, a game-winning goal, or just a proud parent moment? Then we want your clip. Upload your video to the brand new State Champs Network app so we can feature it on one of our shows and give your player, team, and school the recognition they deserve. All it takes is just a few easy clicks, and every clip that is submitted will automatically be eligible for prizes. Download the State Champs Network app today for iPhone and Android devices.
This is Ryan Van Dyke at State Champs Network. This week I wanted to talk to you guys about the 5 habits of highly recruited athletes. What it is that they do differently that makes them different. First is self-awareness. All right, self-awareness for a teenager. Let's think about that for a sec, all right? Probably doesn't happen often, but I think it goes along the lines of it takes a village to raise a child, okay? There's a lot of people that need to be, a lot of respectable people that need to be in a very important place in a young person's life to make the type of impact on them. Be it their school, be it their athletic activities, be it their faith-based activities, their family, their peers and social. And when you become a high-level athlete, sometimes that's who you turn into, and everybody tells you about yourself, so like you're being validated about what you are. And I think that's a slippery slope, all right? So to be self-aware is to be in tune with yourself in all those different facets, right? Because us as an athlete is just one component of our life. You know, Ryan as a father and a husband is not Ryan the athlete. And I think if you can separate those things within your life, life will be it'll be much simpler. Number 2, define your destination. What's important to you? Is it where you want to go to school, like the actual location of it? There's a lot of different components in terms of picking your destination. You know, your interests, your hobbies, the distance from home, right? Because if you're far away from home, it's not like you're going to be able to drive home. So I think having an idea where you would like to end up is only going to be beneficial to you. Next week, we'll come back to the 3 habits of highly recruited athletes, and we'll talk about those a little bit more. I'm Ryan Van Dyke from State Champs Network.
This is Alan True with a look at recruiting news from the state of Ohio. Canal Winchester Jr. Stephon Bird made a verbal commitment to Cincinnati. 6-foot, 195-pound running back is the 4th commitment for Luke Fickle and company in the 22 class and first from inside the state. Bird is a physical, hard-nosed runner who's been a standout on the varsity since his freshman year when he rushed for 1,252 yards. He has since eclipsed 1,000 yards in his sophomore and junior seasons. This past year, he had 1,363 yards and 20 touchdowns in 10 games. He chose the Bearcats over many offers, including Iowa State, Michigan, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Tennessee, West Virginia, and more. Cincinnati Moeller tight end Josh Caddis is only a junior, but his offer list continues to expand. Caddis picked up new offers from Arkansas, Louisville, and Kentucky recently, bringing his total to 15. A legacy recruit for Michigan, he has an offer from the Wolverines, Pitt, and several other schools. Caddis is a 6'4", 245-pound prospect with a 4.0 GPA and made the All-Catholic League team this season. Hamilton senior Malik Verdun has made a switch in his recruitment, changing his verbal commitment from Miami, Ohio to Iowa State. The Cyclones came in with an offer after Verdun put together a strong senior season on the defensive side of the ball. He started off his recruitment as a quarterback and received several Power 5 offers earlier in his career, but schools like the Cyclones love his 6'3+ frame and ability to be physical and cover in space. Over on the basketball side, Lakota East guard Nate Johnson has made a verbal commitment to Akron. A 6'3", 185-pound prospect, Johnson was an all-district performer as a junior after averaging 17 points per game. The Zips beat out several in-state MAC foes, including Kent State, Miami, and Ohio, who had also offered him scholarships. The Zips beat out several MAC foes, including Ohio, Miami, and Kent State, who had also offered him scholarships. That's it for recruiting news this week. I'm Alan Truitt.
And that is our program. Once again, we want to thank our sponsor, Lawrence Technological University. They're on the hunt for 200 athletes right now. All sports, up to 30 NAIA varsity sports they will be having here at this university. You can recruit yourself. It's very easy. Go to LTUathletics.com, click Recruit Yourself, fill out the short questionnaire, and a coach will get back to you within 48 hours. We will have another episode of the State Champs Scout Show next week. I'm Lauren Plant. We'll talk then. State Champs Scout Show is proudly presented by Lawrence Technological University, where Blue Devils dare.